week.
What?
David is out of town, so Rob's here.
I got invited and I'm super excited because I do watch the series on YouTube. So first, subscribe.
Oh, yes,
Subscribe.
thank you. I was like, what series? Oh, this one. Oh, thank you.
Just this one, you know, the best
You also
one.
watch Big Brother and have opinions, so thank you for joining me for that.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so you guys, this video is when we talk about Sunday's episode.
Ooh.
And then we will get into the spoilers that have happened over the weekend and Monday.
The
All right.
drama.
Yeah, a lot of that this week. Okay, so Sunday starts us off with coming off of the eviction, and we kind of see like Brett's gloating about his speech. So happy to still be there.
He was just feeling it. He had his swaggy C moment right there, like.
He
was on it.
literally just threw like one of his alliance members under the bus, and he's all like, yeah, good times. I feel like he's an 80s movie villain. Like in his DRs, he plays up that whole hacker thing really well.
He needs that mustache though, like that, like that Movember mustache.
Yes, a Movember and like a little more blonde, like some highlights
There
or
you go.
something. Yeah.
Ooh.
We also got to see something we hadn't seen on the feeds. When the feeds were down, Bailey went after Brett for his speech.
That was dramatic.
It was. And where do you think she feels like she can do that?
I think she has this moment where she feels entitled, like if you're gonna threaten her game, she's entitled to react passionately.
Well, that's true. We're all entitled to that.
But you're playing a game, and you gotta remember this.
And who put who on the block? She was HOH. He was on the block because of her? No, is that just me?
No, because you can't come for Bailey. You can't.
Don't come for Bailey.
No, don't come for Bailey.
That is what we learned during her HOH. That is true. They had their hacker announcement that we see in this episode. So they learn all of that. In the last video, we were speculating from the feeds what these powers were going to be, but it is absolutely all of those powers.
And it's insane at how much power it truly is.
Right? To take down a nominee anonymously, then to get to choose the new nominee,
Yep.
then someone to play veto, then a vote.
Like, Big Brother, like, production. I know we're not supposed to talk about you.
We can talk about them.
But really?
I'm okay with it. I love a twist, especially an anonymous person getting all of that power.
I agree that I do like the twist, and I like how it will shift the dynamic and make everyone have to adapt on the fly. However, my concern is when they were, before we knew how the competitions were going to play out and how everything was, how was the winner going to be decided? You know, in past Big Brother history, we've always had moments where we question the authenticity of the game as far as did they really deserve that win, etc. So here it was something kind of clear.
Yeah.
As we later saw, like, it made sense, but initial reaction was like, uh-oh.
Right. What's it going to be? How are they going to get this?
Yeah, and is it going to be like a favorite player is going to like just win?
Yeah.
And so hearing and seeing it later on, we were like, okay, I'm cool with that.
Right. We definitely needed to see how it was going to play out, which we quickly do see them go into this comp, which, what was that hallway? Where were they? They like took them to some back lot.
Yeah, because it looks like a creepy hotel hallway. I felt like it was a horror film.
Yeah.
Like you're going to pick a door and you're going to find your dad. It was very interesting how they like shot it. I was like.
It was. How they had like the little offices and the camera could slide back.
I loved that.
Yes.
But I'm like, the hallway, was there like, they built an actual weird hallway and then had sections and then fed everyone in and they just had cameras? Like, I'm really curious how they shot that.
Yeah.
And if they could hear each other typing and all that.
Right.
You know, if you could hear like someone next to you like really fast.
Because it looked like they were cheering silently. Of course, they could have just taken the volume down for us, but it seemed like they knew it wasn't soundproof.
Yeah.
And they were like being really mindful of that.
And if you, were they able to know who was like maybe next to them to gauge like an idea of like.
Right.
Ooh.
They had to be really
sounded
careful.
like they were really quick. Ooh, they sounded like that was cheering.
They had the headphones, so I wonder if they were playing music or something to try to make it soundproof. I don't know. I thought of the same things you're saying.
They were probably playing Drake. In My Feelings.
Type in to Drake. I also really loved the editing with like the, tied for first, tied for second. I liked all that.
Was fun.
I'm into the whole hacker vibe. I love it.
My only issue was I felt like they struggled with these words. And these are very common Big Brother terminology.
They were.
I legit was sitting at home like, nominee.
Yeah.
Eviction. Hello.
When people were getting done, like especially Brett, when he was like, I was like, I thought you were a little smarter.
Oh, and I love how they included the engineering aspect. And he's like, well, I'm like a computer engineer. And
again, he is playing up that whole thing so well. Okay, well, we get to the exciting part. And we see Haley wins. Woo. Then we go into this little ceremony. I don't know what we're calling this, the hacker ceremony. And creepy dude's on the screen and he's like, the hacker has chosen to take someone down. And they're like,
and that voice is really creepy.
They take down Scotty. I shouldn't say they. I'm playing into it like I'm part of the show. No, Haley chooses to take down Scotty.
Which, I'm a Rockstar fan, so I wanted her.
Well, and I'm sure deep down Haley wanted Rockstar off too, but I feel like this was the choice to not make it obvious, right?
True.
That it's Haley.
Which I agree with.
It helps to confuse who is the hacker, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Then she chooses to put up Tyler! Oh my god, the golden boy hit the block! You guys, this is huge.
I thought that wasn't in the script. I thought the script was going to go to the end and touch.
Producers ran out of bed and like ran to the studio for this.
Grodner was like, wait, what? Wait,
She was like, what now? This could be used against him? What? And it was. Bold, bold move, Miss Haley.
But it shows her as a true player. I think in the eyes of a viewer, it made her a real contender for the rest of the game.
I agree. So just recently during Bailey's HOH, they had some conversations, Bailey, Haley, and Rockstar, about like who would next steps. And they said Tyler needs to be backdoored. They also said Scotty. So it was interesting that she took Scotty down. But like that's kind of been in the ether of just like passing conversation. And that girl actually did it. She tried to backdoor Tyler.
Now, my logic for taking Scotty, they had discussed how they wanted to backdoor either like a Scotty or a Tyler. With the rules of the game and the hacker and everything, you could take someone down, but they could always be renominated at the renom ceremony.
Yes.
If that were to happen. So in case Tyler comes down, you could put Scotty back up and get him back out. None the wiser. Everyone's happy again.
Absolutely.
And I think that was the logic behind it.
Makes sense. I feel like Haley just saw she had an opportunity and like even if Tyler's not going to be evicted, someone has to put him up at some point, and her best chance was to do it anonymously. Like it made sense in the moment.
She's playing the game.
I think she is. You can't always tell, but I think she is. So that pretty much wraps up our Sunday episode. We are left with the nominees of Rockstar and Tyler. Sam is so sad. Close up, like zoom on her teared face.
Which I really don't get.
It just went on the block and it made her cry.
It made them all cry. Like, oh, like gonna mourn this whole sadness.
Oh, I love it. I love editing. I love it. There was like a sound effect with her tear. No, it's too much. Okay, let's go into spoilers. Spoilers. Okay. So this putting Tyler on the block threw level 6 a bit for a loop. And this was their worst case scenario. They didn't see it coming. Who's the hacker? What happened? It kind of looks like it was Scotty that would be the hacker. Obviously he would want to take himself down, but why would he put Tyler up? Tyler and Scotty aren't necessarily foes.
They're friends. They're kind of friendly.
They're friendly. They're not like super aligned.
They're not bros.
Friendly.
They're not
bros.
Brett and Winston.
They are not.
But they're Scotty and Tyler.
So Scotty was definitely doing some damage control at first. He was like, ah, not me, not me, not me. We saw in the episode Fessy going, I got 2. And I was like, you just allowed everyone to say what they got or less, right? Everyone can now say, I got 2 as well. Like Haley's immediately, I did 2.
Which was the best, smoothest thing she could have done. Right. She did that like without blinking and I was like, me too.
Yeah. Oh, and now everyone knows 2's the limit. Don't ever say more than 2, except Scotty does say, I got 3, and someone beat me, and it's like, what, Scotty? Then after the ceremony, he's like, but I didn't win.
And everyone's like, but you said 3.
Level 6/4 is what I call them. Did a fairly smart thing. Like, they kind of talked to Scotty because he's all like, it wasn't me. And so they take this moment to sort of reel him in and are like, someone on the hive side is setting you up. And so Scotty's like, it's not me. So they start to reel him in.
Okay.
And they start to sort of make this plan about like veto. And we're gonna use this opportunity to get Tyler off the block and backdoor. Originally it was Bay. Guess what? Let's just say Bailey is the hacker. It's so easy.
Queen Bay, you know?
Queen Bay, they just want to say she's the hacker. This gives them more fuel to backdoor her, which is the plan. So we can go ahead and tell you they played veto.
Oh.
The hacker, Haley, chose Casey to play.
Like,
what's that about?
Was she like trying to throw?
Sure.
Like, so there was a less stronger player, so it was like, cool. Yeah, one less.
But Casey's a football player. Like, wouldn't she be a strong player? And does Casey seem like she's in the middle?
You would think Casey would be a strong player, but after watching so many weeks of her playing, she hasn't really been playing. Now, granted,
well, I think
TV editing,
playing.
She hasn't gotten a lot of airtime, so we haven't gotten to see her contributions per se.
That's true. It might appear like she's not.
There's not as much visual contribution.
Yeah.
But,
so you think Haley thought that was a safe?
But I think production's editing reflects their actual contribution to the game overall too. And so if she was doing a lot more, she'd get a lot more airtime.
Yeah.
And therefore, maybe naturally within the house, she's more of that floater-esque player.
Yeah.
So yeah, Haley was like, psh.
And it's also not like a dead giveaway that it's Haley.
True.
I feel like it's one of those like, what? Who is this hacker? If they're picking Casey.
You don't really think of them two when you think of who you associate Haley with. You would never think Casey,
right.
So it's like, yeah, cool.
Because we know that Casey's very aligned to Tyler, so I was like, what? I feel like I would have chosen JC. He's more in the middle than Casey.
And if she's really targeting Tyler, why would she pick one of Tyler's people?
Right, that was my confusion.
But
maybe that was the point, to confuse people. So they play veto. It was one of those where you get a prizes and punishment, and you can sort of, I can take one from you, and
like that trickle down.
Yeah, that trickle down, whatever they're called. That kind of veto, which is fun and I love. And apparently there was a time when Tyler had the veto in hand and he took
a trip to Hawaii.
Was that what it was? The trip to Hawaii?
He took a trip to Hawaii.
Yes.
And Scotty got
took money.
$5,000.
Yes.
On top of his previous trip to Greece.
That looks so suspicious when you're on the block and you're willing to give up veto for a trip. That, I can't wait to see how that plays out on Wednesday's episode, because like, what is that about?
I'm so confused as to how that would make sense when you're playing a game for $500,000.
Right. But ultimately, Angela wins veto, so head of household still has pretty much all control, minus hacker stuff. So this plays out well for level 6/4. They can now officially take Tyler off the block and backdoor Bailey. Bailey, Haley, Rockstar obviously don't know all of this stuff.
No. They're all...
So they're coming up with ways to get that girl alliance back going. It hasn't quite worked, but they see the guys talking, yet they don't see that Tyler's with that side. They don't see that Scotty is looking safe over there.
Which, how can he not?
It's very interesting what they do and do not say. I don't.
I really don't either. Then again, you know, we're looking on the outside, so.
Right, we know too much.
We know too much, but damn.
So today is veto ceremony day, and it played out as planned. Angela apparently did a big old speech. She had been prepping in the vein of Brett's speech, where she's dishing out some stuff.
Uh-oh.
And tried to make it sound like it was Scotty. It sounds like she even said Bailey.
Oh.
And then Bailey goes up as the renom at the veto ceremony.
Ooh, that's gonna be a blowout.
Can't wait to see it. So excited. I really feel like Angela and Brett are like a supervillain couple.
I don't see them as supervillain couple. I see them as like the odd couple.
Like how?
You would never pair those two together,
No.
especially knowing their dynamic. It's like water and oil, and it's just amazing.
Except that they match up on the whole villain stuff. Like they want to be mean. They want to do
True.
speeches. Like they want to take you down a notch.
Which is great.
Oh, I'm
Great TV.
quite enjoying it. It's very entertaining.
We love a good speech and
Yeah.
some exposing.
Oh yeah, I'm all for it. When the feeds came back, there wasn't as much drama as you would think.
No.
This poor Hive side, they just don't know what's a coming and a going. So they're sort of just defeated and given up.
They're just kind of like
And
there.
Bailey's like, I don't understand what I did. She's playing victim. She doesn't have a clue. Apparently part of Angela's speech was that she's the hacker. It didn't sound like Angela mentioned her power app, because that's really why Bailey's up. That's why you backdoor Bailey, is because she has a dangerous power app.
But I think in the grand scheme of things, if somehow that eviction of Bailey does fall apart for whatever reason,
yeah,
she can play the, oh, I'm not threatened by you, but the house said, and you were the hacker and you had all this stuff going on and we just needed to get you out. But I love you.
Right.
And it's not because you have this other power or that you're actually playing the game. And just be like, oh, I was a victim too, but being misled with false information.
Right.
As his big brother.
Oh yeah.
So I think she's trying to set it up where she gets her out, she's like, yeah, I'm a great HOH. And use that for a victory speech if, well, I got Bailey out. But if it does fall apart, she can be like, oh, well, I was told all this information and I didn't know any better, and oops.
Yeah, maybe. Well, so Bailey is not thinking that she's actually a threat, you know? Bailey's like, I don't know what I did. I'm not the hacker. So why am I in this position? When it's like, just sit her down and tell her she's a threat to their game because she has an app that can take away nominees. That's just me.
There's so much, especially with all these new power-ups. You know, it's all, Tyler's got one that can affect things as well as...
knows about.
Which is amazing, because if he was still on the block and he could have gone home with the power app not to be nominated.
Right, well, but like his doesn't really cover this hacker thing, I don't think, or at least it's not mentioned in his rules.
Which is good in the sense that he doesn't have this like unlimited protection.
Yeah, right. We should go back and mention Sam's house meeting.
Epic sauce of
I couldn't believe it made the show.
Well, that was an amazing moment of this really happened.
Yeah. Now, you were into it or not into it when you were watching it live?
So I watched the Big Brother After Dark.
Yeah.
And I was living for it because it was right when After Dark started. So this was like right after they announced the app and the hacker competition and everything and what that meant. And this girl in like the span of 10 minutes came up with this like house meeting idea to sell the house on not only, you know, not trying to use this app, this power, this competition for their own benefit in the game, but to simply just throw it to sweet old Sam.
Right.
And she swears not to use the powers. And if it has to be, she'll cancel her own vote. She'll throw herself out and just sit on the sides of the veto. How dumb can you be?
Well, and now she never once said, or it doesn't have to be me, we can choose to give it to somebody else. That felt like a better play to say like, oh, we could give it to Angela. Angela's the HOH. Let's throw it to Angela. She'll have complete control.
She'll have her true HOH kind of.
That made more sense to me if you really wanted to get people to like not play the hacker. Of course, I'm like, shush it. I want them to play the hacker. Like, if they agree to do this, I'm gonna be mad.
But she was so adamant of, I don't lie. I tell the truth. I've never lied to you as my ally.
Yeah.
So just throw it to me, and this will just be like Big Brother 19 all over again, where we'll just throw a comp to some player.
Right? Not gonna happen. I'm wearing my Atwood shirt in honor of their hacker sweatshirts that they had. I liked those. Those were cool.
So, I was trying to see how each one was spelled out because I was vibing with that so hard.
I totally was. I was like, keep those. Vote-wise, I feel like since Bailey was the original target, we have the votes to get her out. JC's mad at her for pita chips. Snapping at her. He wasn't allowed to take a chip. So he's mad about that. We've got 4 out of the level 6, well, 1 can't vote because she's head of household. And then Sam will do anything they say. And then we might have Scotty on that side.
Yes.
So no matter what, they probably have the votes to get her out.
But this has been a season full of blindsides. So, if Bailey comes on her hands and knees, which I don't know if she's capable. I know she's a great player.
She's smart.
But she's shown a very strong ego at times.
A little bit.
She's able to check other people on their egos and tell them to play cool. But we've seen
she's very good at that.
That she's very strong when it comes to her own self-checking. She's very adamant on making sure she's heard. So I don't know if she'll get on her hands and knees and
She was good when Swaggy was being backdoored. She stayed level-headed.
You know, at the end of the day, she has to remind herself, I came in here myself to win money. So that's separate.
Get out of victim mode.
But this is her name on the line. This is
Get back in game mode. Yeah, exactly to your point. Like, who knows what's going to happen in the next couple days before eviction day. She might be able to pull something off. But if Tyler has anything to do with it, she's not. And Tyler has so far had a lot to do with everything.
Yeah, I really think, though, that she might pull something together with maybe Haley.
Right, Haley's all for it. Oh my god, today on the feeds I thought Haley was gonna reveal that she was a hacker, because she just like, she did not see this coming. She did not see that Bailey was gonna be backdoored. She feels awful, you can tell she's just like almost catatonic today. And I was like, if you say a thing, Haley, you take this to your grave.
Play like Tyler.
Yes, right?
But
Tyler.
My one thing though I will say with Haley is if she's smart, because she doesn't want to show her true lines to Bailey with this whole thing, she will use her hacker app and take out her vote.
Haley's vote.
So she can just kind of be like, well, I couldn't vote any which way, so whatever happens, because you have to remember Bailey would be the first member of our jury.
Right.
So you gotta start thinking about that jury management too. So she's gonna have to make sure whoever goes home, whether it's Rockstar or Bailey, hey, I didn't vote this eviction, don't hate me.
So the only heated thing that I heard on the feeds today was after VETO, obviously Bailey's upset, and she immediately goes to Tyler and is like, I'm not the hacker, I'm not the hacker, and it sounds like Tyler like came back at her. I don't know what he said, but he was like, oh no, whatever, you know, whatever, like came back at her because she was like, how dare he laugh at me when I'm crying or something like that. I assume we'll see on Wednesday's episode. But that made me question Tyler's game because he's been so like,
cool.
Not me, I haven't had, I'm friendly, I'm everybody's friend. And then the first person in jury, he kind of like snaps back at, that's odd.
That's concerning, considering he's played that like surfer dude, laid back, chill. I have no real clue what's going on, but oh, I'm running the show.
Right.
So
I don't know if that's part of his game or if he's gonna repair that relationship later. I mean, he's pretty good at.
I'm pretty sure he'll smooth it over at some point. He'll be like, I'm just stressed. It wasn't you.
Right.
This house is
thought
crazy.
You were the hacker. Whatever.
Ooh.
Right.
I just love how like Haley made sure like when Tyler got nominated and everything, she like a little bit after it came up was like not only shocked, but she was like hugging Tyler like, oh my god, how did this happen?
Yep.
She was smart. She's like,
she was so good at that. Don't you think that you'd be like, I would be like under the covers giggling.
I'd low-key be like,
no way I could have a straight face.
I'd be that person like Audrey back on Audrey. Yes. Like in my little hoodie, zipped up. You just see my eyes, and you might see me crying, and it's me laughing and crying. But I'm like, oh.
I'd be laugh crying all over the place. There's no way I could play that off that I wasn't the hacker.
I would just be like,
no. I'd be like, oh god, Tyler, oh.
Sorry. That sucks.
We think Bailey might be able to pull it off, but probably not. Wait, you think maybe, I think probably not.
I think.
You're being more optimistic than me.
I think, yeah, I'm definitely being more optimistic.
Okay.
Only because strong players and she's got great energy. I think she might be able to sell a better case over Rockstar.
Yeah, Rockstar's not great at
Rockstar's only been a crying kind of mess when it comes down to the stressful pressure points. And everyone wants that bigger target than themselves. And Bailey clearly is that.
I think that Bailey could potentially make deals with her power app of like, I won't use it, you can have it. Like something like that, I'll use it on you. That might work. For somebody, I don't know.
True.
That's good bargaining power.
Yeah, that's a really good, hey.
Hey.
Got magic in this game.
All right, you guys, tell us what you think. Do you think this is Bailey's time? Is she gonna survive? Who's gonna be our next HOH? Not the Hive. The Hive is dying.
Gonna flip on the vote with this.
That's right. That is the trend.
That's the trend.
If there is a flipper this week, they will be HOH. Yep.
We need to know. So you need to tweet us, comment down below, and subscribe.
My new pitch man. All right, thank you. Bye.